Dom DeMarco.
The milk is sweat, honey peanut butter, candlelight, a bottle of the best. Sexy like Kardashian, I bet we make a video. Chocolate strawberries have a body tingle head to toe. Baby, be my number one, treat her like the damn sun. Shiny as a VVS, Gucci, Prada, and Louis son.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of No Cap Reacts. I'm your man, Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go Get 'em. We are back in the building with another episode. And I'm pretty sure y'all can see that behind me. I do have a lovely young lady in the building. She has been here before. She decided to repeat. For once, I didn't scare anybody off the building. Hey, what's up, Courtney? He said, what's the word? So tonight, G is in the building.
Hello, hello. Happy to be here.
All right. So we did this last time. Let's see. Let the world know who you are.
My name is Gianna. I go by G. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be present in this moment and excited to get into these discussions.
She doesn't know that Fridays used to be Freaky Fridays, but we went back to Friday Night Live. I'm gonna keep it G-rated, or at least PG-13. I'm getting back in the groove of. I'm debating if I'm gonna do 4 days a week or 6 days a week. It all depends, because this would also take away from my gym time because I go from 10 to midnight. You know, Fridays and Saturdays usually my days off, so it's a little easier. But if I go crazy like I usually do, I would have to figure out something. So, G, what you been up to?
Working.
What do you do for fun?
For fun, I usually play volleyball. Played volleyball for a really long time, so definitely a place to escape. Outside of that, I really just be kicking it.
Like sand volleyball?
Both. So I played indoor and outdoor.
Okay. What position you play?
And all around outside.
All around outside.
Yep.
Okay. How'd you get into doing that?
Just a really athletic family. A lot of my siblings, so I'm the youngest of my siblings. Everybody played basketball. I played basketball probably from when I was 4 up until 8th grade. Didn't have passion for it. Wasn't making anyone around me better. So I tried volleyball. Ended up being pretty good at it. So I stuck with that. Played at Dixie State in Utah. That's where I got my first national ring. And then I played here locally on the beach where I got my second ring.
Where, what, like Tempe the Beach?
Ottawa in Surprise.
I ain't never heard of that one, but okay. Volleyball, that's a good sport.
It's a great sport.
That's back in the day. That was the only thing I watched in the Olympics.
Why is
beach.
that?
Nice legs and a nice ass. All right. So, for those of you that don't know, she was on the other show on the other channel, Cut the Noise. This is her first appearance on No Cap Reacts. You do real estate.
Yes.
Anything else you do?
I work in the event industry. So I do coordination for weddings, private events, birthdays, corporate events, things like that.
Okay. How you like doing that?
I really enjoy it.
How many personalities do you meet doing that shit?
Quite a few.
Yeah, I know how that can be.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy, but it's really fulfilling in the world that we're in today.
How long have you been doing that?
I'd say about 3 years now.
What's the biggest event you've done?
I'd say my biggest events are either corporate events or weddings that will range from 200 to 350 people.
Damn, that is a lot of people.
Yeah.
What is the craziest moment that you have had at an event?
This was actually a couple weeks ago. I was coordinating a wedding, and one of our guests had someone show up later in the night. They needed an extra chair. So I went to what we call our C train, which holds all of our chairs, basically like a trailer. Went to open the door, and somehow people snuck in, so I caught people having sex in there. I was like, y'all finished, but close this, but you got 5 minutes. That was probably one of the craziest things. Most of the time, people are pretty respectful of the moment. So I don't run into too crazy of things other than personalities and things like that, but I'm pretty used to dealing with that, so. Yeah.
So,
I
hold
knew
on. So, as you're getting closer to this trailer, you're getting closer. There's no noise. There's nothing.
There's no noise, but I knew it was that type of wedding because it was like an ASU couple. So it was like a lot of ASU kids, alumni. It was a huge wedding, and they were just a very rowdy crowd from the moment it started. So I kind of figured something would have happened.
You just was unsure of what would happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that sounds like a wedding. How many weddings have you done?
Oh, probably over 100 right now. That's a good question. A lot.
Okay. What's the most boringest wedding you ever done?
I'm gonna be cheesy. There's been no boring weddings. Like I said, it's a really fulfilling field to be in. So one way or another, I do really enjoy it. So I haven't found one to be boring.
Have you ever been in a wedding yourself?
I have not. No,
Would you be in a wedding?
I would. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Just checking. All right, so on our last podcast, we found some common grounds. Okay. One, you are into living off the land. You are aware of the Anunnaki.
Yes.
Obviously, you do real estate. And I am a guru of real estate, anything financial, long-term investments, etc. So that's kind of where we're going to be at tonight. And then obviously, you still single?
I am, yes.
Okay, so you're also out here navigating these streets as a single woman, which seems to be one of the common themes of the world right now. A lot of young, attractive, single women out here. But your thought process seems to be a little bit different. So we just gonna see where the night takes us. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. First and foremost, have you seen the shit that's going on at Yellowstone National Park?
I have, absolutely, yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
Animals just have a keen sense. They know things well before we're aware of it, and it's for a reason. Something's happening, something's shifting. When I saw the bears leave in packs, that was really telling too, because bears don't travel in packs like that.
Bears don't travel in packs, and bears don't travel. Period.
Right.
Especially at this time of year because they're technically harvesting, getting ready for winter time.
Yeah.
So the fact that they left their dens is a little scary. I just
Scary,
can put it. It's kind of fucking scary.
It is.
Okay, so potentially this is super volcano, and there's theories that it could be erupting. The Parks and Recreational is saying absolutely nothing about nothing, which that within itself creates an issue. All right. Then you have local governments not saying anything. Local news pretty much just acting like this is a regular situation. Now, if the volcano erupts, are you ready?
I'm going to be more ready than most people, I think.
Look over your shoulder to your left. You see what that is, right? I started charging all the jackeries. I said, all right, if this shit's going to happen, at least I'm going to be ready.
Right.
Chuck Butt, if the lights go out, you ready? Are we ready? What would be the first thing you do if something like that happened?
So I already told my family a location that, like, if anything pops off, like, this is where, if we need to meet, if it's realistic to meet, this would be that point. So it would be that. Like, I do, and I'm going to sound crazy, but I do have, like, a backpack. I always carry a pair of shoes in my car. That's, like, the number one thing. If shit goes wrong and you're in sandals, you're going to die within a day or two. From weather, disease, things like that. So I always have a pair of shoes on me. But, you know, if shit pops off, I feel like I'm thankfully in tune enough to have a lot of really good natural instinct. And hopefully that'll get me through day by day.
Are you hoarding any water anywhere?
No, I'm not. No, but I do have one of those, like, filter straws and, like, those things. But yeah, no, I should.
MREs?
No.
Tents?
Yes.
Okay. Are you more of an air mattress or a roll up mat kind of?
I could honestly sleep either way.
Okay.
So an air mattress would be lovely, but I mean, it's not going to stop me from sleeping if I don't
CB
have
radio?
one. Yes.
You got fire starters?
Fire starters, flashlights, the solar power flashlights. Yeah. Meals.
Who's that sound like? Good. All right.
It's important. I know people think it's silly and it like, but the shit that people believe in, the fact that they wouldn't entertain that is just funny to me.
What I don't understand is how people walk through life not really understanding that the world we live in prior to where we were at today was a very primitive world that didn't have modern necessities. We didn't have power. We didn't have fire that came from a stove. We didn't have refrigerators, etc. Right? And the more you rely on that, the more you're actually hurting yourself. If you eat out more than you eat in, you're gonna have major issues. If you don't drink water, you're gonna have major issues because it's gonna be a life changing event. And whether we like it or not, these things are inevitable. Our power structure, our power grid, whatever you want to call it, has been under fire for a long time. Like people are oblivious to the fact that's the number one reason they want to get rid of TikTok is because hey, that we've just given China allowance to control everything that we have that allows them to shut us down one TikTok at a time, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So there's reasons behind this. Now, this is a natural disaster that happens, they said, every 600,000 years, and we're at like 600,040 at this point. So this volcano is supposed to go. This isn't just a U.S. thing. This is something that's going to create global blackout. Our temperatures are going to drop. The entire Earth's temperature is going to drop by 10%.
Yeah.
It's going to knock us back off of our axis because it's just too big of a blow. And life as we know it is going to change at least for a minimum of 10 years. It's going to be ash and everything that fucks up our crops for the next 10 years. We're going to be walking around with gas masks for the most part. Certain areas. When I look at the maps and I think we're going to be safe here in Arizona, I'm always ready to head to Mexico and below, just in case. So, cool. Now, that will go into our next topic, because it kind of goes hand in hand. Did you see the dolphins that were most recently identified that they had never seen before that are now also off the coast of California, San Diego, LA, etc., and they're also basically swimming out to sea from parts of the ocean that you would think they would have already have been seen, but they haven't even been seen. And that's the exact same thing. Regular dolphins and these dolphins with no dorsal fins have been sighted by it was like a couple of them, and now it's hundreds of them. So, this goes into the Anunnaki conversation. Okay. Because I believe that if they're going to come from anywhere, these so-called volcanoes may be actually where they reside or have been residing because we can't get in them. And or the ocean, which is the number one thing in this world we have not been able to really directly be able to go into and just look to see what's there.
Right.
Which one do you think is more feasible?
I think both could be, honestly. And with dolphins too, like if you think about frequency and just how that works, also with water and hydro frequency, it is so telling that dolphins who are extremely intelligent, in tune, and not to mention water being like majority of Earth, it's really telling. So I think I'm the person who believes in, you know, for surface level people, Atlantis, like the world under the ocean, things like that. I'm the type, I believe in those type of things. So I have no doubt that it could be in the ocean for sure. There's something happening. There's something shifting, and like you mentioned with the Anunnaki, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Billy Carson, but he kind of goes
very
into
much
this.
so.
Yeah, so he talks about, you know, Anunnaki basically being someone who's not from Earth, and kind of talked about how they came here. There's like a lot to go into it, and if you don't know, you definitely need to tap in. But he basically talks about, you know, they had to kind of break away from where they were at and find a different type of civilization.
Now, do you remember why though?
All I know is that Earth was a part of, oh my gosh, starts with a T, and I'm forgetting what the name of it is. But basically, Earth broke apart from that. there was like a war that had happened that influenced the cosmic code and the Anunnaki coming here, and there was already a little bit of civilization when they were here. There's a lot that goes into it, but what Billy Carson kind of touched on is that's something that we need to do, and that's why people are looking at Mars. Like, we need to find a way out should something with the world happen, which is inevitable. It is going to.
So we have two things that we are rich in. That is actual drinking water, which is non-salt water. So, and gold.
Yeah.
So gold is what is basically what has created and ran their civilization since the beginning of time. Why? Because it's been used for weaponry. And you kind of have to look at technology today. So everything that we pretty much use that is technological, they use gold inside of it. So you know, you got these weirdo guys who sit at home all day long taking apart electronics, just to take the actual gold out of it, and then they have it melted down and do it and sell it and make a bunch of money. Which then makes you look at our history, right? How do you go from, as you know, the way they tell the story, cavemen, to the fact that gold is now the one mineral on this earth that is heralded higher than anything else? You want a gold watch, you want a gold chain, you want gold earrings, you want gold parts, you want gold rims, you name it, you want gold. All right, gold it's literally the gold standard. How did we get to that? Somehow, some way we had to get to that. And in order for that, it had to be fed to us, given to us, told to us that this is something that is worth something for a reason, or shown to us that if you build it and you use gold in it, it's gonna work. So you have to look at some of the actual factual things that are going on in the world out here, how we use things, the way we use things, the way technology works. Where did technology actually come from? Because a lot of this, I look at things a little bit differently. This is 2025, okay? It's crazy to me that in modern day existence, what has been created lately?
AI.
Okay. But like AI is just coding. But I'm talking about something that has actually been created. Like right now, what's in front of you? What's right in front of your mouth?
A microphone,
Which is
media.
creating sound, right?
Yep.
Right? Who thought of that and how? Okay? You're on camera right now. Okay? I'm literally sitting here playing with the switcher that allows these different feeds to be changed. So when I say creating, what I think about is actual modern day technology and what technology is actually being created today that is brand new, that requires something. So as smart as we are, I think about, I'm 45 years old. The last thing that I would say that was technological that actually showed up in my 45 years is touchscreen phones and a Tesla. But the Tesla came from Nikola Tesla, and that's old as dirt. And the phone technology had actually already been there. So it wasn't something that was actually new. It just hadn't been made basically what they called nano at the time because it was smaller. It was handheld. So when you really, 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 really think about it, what new has been created in your lifetime? It's crazy to think about it, right?
Yeah, it is crazy to think
Yeah.
about.
So when you really think about that and you put that thought process there, right? What you then have to go is, okay, how long has this shit actually really been around? Is anything actually new, or are they just slowly releasing technology and things that had actually already been here?
For sure.
Because as like, okay, so let's just say AI. Who created AI? Thank you. That's that. See, when you really this because this is how I spend my time, my life, right, Justice? Okay, I'm the king of research and like checking things out. As a kid, I was one of those kids like to tear things apart just to put it back together. So now, as I sit here and I think about things, right? I there's no creator of AI. Like AI just came out of nowhere. Google has it, Chat GBT, all these things, right? They just came, right? But how? I'm always gonna ask how, and there is no answer to that right now. So, was it actually already here? We're just slowly doing it because basically all you're telling me is you're just making the internet already better than what the internet already was. But the internet's been around since I was like, I don't know, fucking 9, maybe longer than that. My grandfather worked for Lockheed. He worked on the airplanes that they now use on a regular basis all throughout or the Navy, the Air Force, everything. Right, he passed away from cancer from being around all the craziness of what they use inside of there, right? And he passed away before I could really be like, okay, so how much of this technology is like alien technology?
Yeah.
Like, you know where you really got this from.
Right.
How? Tell me how, where, what's it look like? Because when they released that big black plane that looks like a jigsaw puzzle, he's like, yeah, I've been working on that since the 70s. So y'all been working on this since the 70s. You had this technology of the 70s and you released it in the 90s like it's some new shit, but y'all been doing this for 20 years? So when in the world of the Anunnaki, okay, because the Anunnaki changes everything. Anunnaki changes Christianity. Anunnaki changes the way you look and think about everything that we've ever been taught, from the creation of mankind and womankind, because basically what they're saying is, yes, we were Cro-Magnon man, Cro-Magnon woman. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But they added their DNA to make us who we are today. But the perfect man and the perfect woman was basically their version of Adam and Eve, which the perfect woman would have really truly have been Lilith, but Lilith wasn't perfect because she wanted to be just as much man as she was woman. Now, what if the world, how do you think the world would change if they found out that that was all actual factual and all the rest of this is just bullshit?
It'd be so different because people would realize like they have that in them, and that's why it conflicts with religion and things like that, because religion talks about something that's outwardly um, versus knowing like you have all this shit inside you. It's all internal. Um, so I think it would make a big difference. I think people would be able to tap into what they naturally, intuitionally should already know, but we have all of these things that are blocking that in this world today that is set up for us to not tap into that. So if people were to just tap in a little bit or start to realize like they have that in them, I think it would make a big difference in the world that we live in today, because it would be very apparent that none of this shit matters.
So imagine the world wakes up, they all have the exact same dream, and find out that we're basically being dumbed down. They give us things to keep us stupid. Whereas meditation, because meditation is a big thing, discipline, self-discipline, especially when it comes to food, your body, sex. There's a whole lot of different things that would fall up under there. So if you practice discipline and honing in on disciplining just one, first off, oneself, and understanding that you are 100% in control of your feelings, which is why no one can make you angry, no one can make you act out, no one can do anything. And all you have to do is flip your thought process. People that have anxiety, it automatically just turns off. You no longer have anxiety because you realize you've been taught anxiety. It's not actually what it really is. What do you think the world would look like after that?
Probably how it should look like. That's if everyone has the same dream, though. Because you'll look crazy to people who don't have that same perspective, which there's a divide even today. But I think it would be so different, and I think people would start to hopefully go back to nature and get back to that and not worry about all this other shit.
All right, in your perfect world, we're gonna play this. In your perfect world, you get to dictate what technology you do and don't have, what foods you do and don't have, and what type of people would be around you. Go.
Damn, what type of people? In my perfect world, like, we wouldn't have roads, we wouldn't have buildings, we wouldn't have all this extra shit. It would be very, very simple.
Primitive.
Back to nature, walking on the earth, not in shoes where it's blocking us from walking on this earth and what the
Charging
earth
your body.
gives back to us. Absolutely. As far as the people around me, I mean, I have no limitation as far as that goes. I think, and it's funny that you talk, just speaking on the Anunnaki also, a lot of our DNA comes from them. And when you think about humans and Homo sapiens, we're all just 2% different from each other. So Billy Carson talks a lot about how the Anunnaki marked people, and that marking being, our skin tones, different races, if you will. And so that naturally created an invisible divide that is still here today, these invisible lines that we don't cross, or, just that natural energy that would prevent us from collaborating and working together. So I think in my ideal world, I would love for everyone to be there, for everyone to collaborate. I don't think there's anyone I wouldn't want there. I don't know.
Okay. In this perfect world, would there be technology?
No, there wouldn't.
So you remove all technology.
Yeah.
Okay. No cars?
No, I think the only technology that would be there was what's always been there, like the pyramids, things like that. That probably would
Now,
be
the pyramids is something totally different. Okay. I'm glad you said that, but I'm going to leave that alone. Man. See, that goes back to communication and how we were able. Pyramids are all over the world. What? Pyramids in northern Arizona, pyramids in Mexico, pyramids in Venezuela, pyramids in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, pyramids obviously in Egypt, pyramids in Alaska, pyramids in fucking Canada. Pyramid structure, like their Missouri, Tennessee area? all built in the exact same way with the exact same coordinates that align with each other. Imagine that. Imagine that. All right.
Yeah,
What questions do you have for me?
well, what would your ideal world look like?
My ideal world? Shit. Yep, I'm doing away with all technology. Like I need zero technology. Okay? Um I would probably take some of the modern architecture that we have today because our architecture within itself can change your living abilities, as in there are ways that you can build certain homes that allow them, even in Arizona, to have free flowing air to where you're not hot as fuck when you basically natural air conditioning. Okay. Um, I'm definitely gonna be living off the land just because of who I am. I gotta be doing something, so there's gotta be some sort of primitive gym, or there's gotta be a primitive, you know. I know I'm gonna be out hunting, gathering, doing all of those things, right? So I think about like my personality and who I am. So I'm gonna have like, either like a big ass village or I'm gonna be like the king of some shit. One where there's nothing below that, and I need a little bit of everything and everyone. I'm probably gonna have a shit ton of kids, no ifs ands or buts about it, and I probably say about 6 or 7. That's when the boys for sure, y'all niggas is coming with me. My daughters, y'all stay with your mamas. Do y'all thing. Do what you gotta do. Um, I can see me. I don't know the time. I get along with everyone, but in the world we live in today, in the world I live in today, I can't do bitch ass niggas. I just can't. I just can't. I can't do stupidity. That is probably that's the I don't get angry anymore. I am so in control of who I am mentally, physically, emotionally. That anger just doesn't hold a place in my heart, my body, my soul anymore. But just the incompetent person will make me want to slap the fuck out of them. And so I know I can't have that around me. Outside of that, I would just say like we'll have fun. Like I foresee me, I would be that nigga that's walking in the middle of the jungle woods or some shit with a fucking lion on my right hand side, and like we're out hunting. Like that's 100. I 100% see nothing less than that. I see everybody around me just happy and we're flourishing. But at the same time, which goes back to my personality, like if you came into my fucking village and thought you was gonna be on some bullshit, yeah, like yeah, life ends for you quickly. So, but I be having a lot of fun. I already know. We just gonna have fun. Um, be merry. I'm probably gonna have to. I don't really drink, but I would definitely figure out how to make alcohol again. Just so people can. I like to have. I just like to make sure everybody around me has a good time. And I've always been so. Since I moved to Arizona, I don't really go out. It's just I haven't been a club type person in a long ass time. So when I have gone out for events for different things that usually have to happen, it depends on who I'm with. So like at one point of that, me and my boy Keith, we went out. He had his girl. She had her girlfriend and shit like that, right? And they were like, "You're more like a bodyguard than you are." I'm like, "I'm just making sure everybody good." Like, I'm from a different walk, a different set, literally in life. So the way that I am is like the people that you came with are the people that you leave with. Point blank. Period. Um, everybody has to get home safely. Protect women at all costs. So I pay attention to shit, and I can see when over on the far side there's some bullshit going on. All right, it's time to go. Over here, there's some bullshit going on. Come on, we gotta get away from here. It's just my spidey sense, my hood senses kick in, and I know. All right, it's time to go because this is finna go down. So I know I could. That's how my village would be. That's just how my village is. How my kids would be. That's how the people around me would just be like that. Just the way I am. Outside of that, not like. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be building boats because I'll probably try to figure out how to do surfing again. All these things, like let's say all the shit just we was forgotten about, and we had to. I'm the type of nigga I'm gonna figure that shit out. We gonna do this because we gotta have some fun. We can't just be sitting around here doing nothing. Right. So that would be my perfect world.
I love that. So. I'll probably be there too.
Come on. All right. In the world that we're currently in today, I'm pretty sure everybody's seeing the news, all the shit going. So I'm going to take it to current events. And we had this conversation when you were here last time because I asked you about the Diddy party.
Yeah. Shut up, bitch.
Diddy basically got off. Everything they said this nigga did, first off, it was over 200 and something crimes, and they dropped it down to like 4 or 5. And he got hit with the 2 least of them all. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, when you sell your soul, there's only so much you can do with people in power.
Okay, so I'll give you that. That's one. Now, have you heard any of the specifics of the case?
Honestly, no. I haven't followed it too much.
Okay, then I won't get too deep.
What I have heard is just things I've, seen on Twitter, social media type stuff.
So Cassie basically booked all these freak, they call them freak offs. Mm-hmm. Cassie is the contributor of the freak offs. Now, put this on my black ass. Woo! Shit. Okay. Because I've had a couple of conversations with people on my Facebook or on their Facebook about this because initially all I heard was, and this is why women don't say anything because people like Diddy get off. Okay, so let's just be real and candid about this. First and foremost, according to everybody associated with this, Diddy got a little Diddy committee, okay? He's a pinky dick. Little Miss Cassie need long and strong. So, they decided to join the lifestyle, and they ended up getting a bunch of well-endowed man workers to handle the business. She needed the business, Donkey Kong style. Okay? She made all the appointments. She saw these men on a regular basis. She even went behind Diddy's back a couple of times to see these guys outside and have conversations. And that's where shit like the video, and again, I do not condone what Diddy did to Cassie in the hotel, because nigga like me, you do that, I'm fucking his ass up. I'm not like the other niggas. I don't give a fuck if you pay my bills or not. I'm fucking your ass up. You're not putting your hands on a female like that. Hell fucking no. The fact that other men, even including the men she was fucking allowed that to happen in front of them, and they didn't say shit. But not all men are created equal. So now Cassie is actually being sued by the male sex workers. Why? Because she was the one that actually made all the appointments, made all the calls. So she was not only a very willing participant in these sexcapades, she's the one that created this whole situation. She's the one that made the freak offs become the freak offs. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I don't know enough to have a real opinion about it, but I will say that Hollywood is just a crazy industry. I firmly believe in the deep state, and if you don't know what that is, go figure it out.
Yeah, they was giving her the deep state.
And I will say, like, you know, people in power, there's just a lot that can happen in that dynamic. And I'm sure, you know, everybody needs something in their life, and I have no doubt that maybe Cassie needed things. But I think in any and every situation, there's a limit, there's a boundary, and if someone vocalizes that and you choose to do opposite, that fall back on you. But I also think that's just like the world we live in. Like, it's just, this shit is not gonna matter in like a month.
Everything right now is just a blip.
It's just here for entertainment. It's here for people to, it's here to just cause this energy. Like, just another reason for us to be divided, another reason for people to get on social media and act a type of way and have this type of energy throughout the day over people they don't even fucking know. Like, I don't know Cassie. I don't know Diddy. Do I care about either of them? No. Do I think the situation is crazy? Yeah. Do I think they always put truth right in front of our face? 100%. So I have no doubt a lot of it is true. But it's just the world we live in. Like, of course, Diddy's not going to fucking go to jail. I don't think I never believed in the first place that anything really serious would happen with him. And that's unfortunate. Cassie's being sued now. I think that's crazy, but also, like, we live in a world of clout, and like, if those dudes want to do that to be a part of this big whole thing that means nothing, then
There is a part to that. They actually don't want the clout. The reason, first, most of them are pissed because, well, the fakes came knocking on them doors saying, "Hey, come be witnesses," and they're like, "Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to be a part of your bullshit." Which is why, well, there's a lot of these guys, but you know the crazy part about it, they only had like 2 or 3 of them testify. You know why? All the guys that were going to testify that no, Cassie is the only person they had contact with. Yeah, Diddy was a participant, but he just sat in the corner and watched me fuck the shit out of his girl. So they only used a couple of the guys and that it was very telling, the wording and the way they questioned these guys to get to how they, to get the information that they thought they were going to get, which didn't really work out for them because unfortunately, yeah, Diddy ain't had shit to do with none of it. So these guys was living their lives, chilling. One of them is on the verge of becoming a lawyer.
oh.
And that's why he's like, okay, y'all want to play with me? I'm going to play right back. I'm going to get me some money out of this shit. Let me sue these motherfuckers. So that's the crazy part.
It is crazy. But I do still think Diddy's a creep and he on some dark shit. But like I said, anyone wrapped up in that world, they all on some dark shit one way or another.
Hey, I was a part of that world.
Well, some people make it out.
You know what's funny?
What? Oh my God.
Back in 2009, no, actually it was 2000. So in 2007, I met Madonna in Vegas at the Mayweather versus. He's a promoter. I forgot his name. At the Mayweather fight. Okay. Through that, I think I met Donnie Klang, which no one really knew who he was at that time, which then got me into a meeting with Bad Boy. And I met Diddy. Things didn't really go the way they were. I was already signed to Sony, so there wasn't a whole lot that could happen at that time. But there was a lot of conversations, and 112 is one of my favorite groups.
Mine too.
So, let's just say 2009, there was a Pepsi party at the in Florida for the Super Bowl. It was an all-white Pepsi party hosted by Pepsi, and their main person at that time was Diddy. That is the one and only time that I've actually gone to a Diddy party. I was actually supposed to go to the after party, but that was one of the few times while I was actually in the music industry where I was actually 100% single. And I met somebody, and instead of going to the Diddy party, I went to go have my own private party, although it didn't go down like that. But I figured I would spend my time with little Miss Latina girl, get to know her a little bit more. It didn't turn into shit, but that's how I didn't go to the after party, or what was they were calling freak offs. But now, like, hearing the way everything kind of played off, I don't think it was actually a freak off in the first damn place. And I probably would have been a victim of some sort of the shit. I ain't gonna lie, because I drink a lot of fucking water, and they was putting a lot of shit in the motherfucking water.
I'm sure.
So I'd have been
That's crazy.
fucked up in the game. So here I am.
That's crazy.
But it's probably a little over a year ago. I was still in a relationship. We was chilling. I don't know what the fuck we was doing. My phone goes off. She sees my phone. She goes, "Why does your phone say Diddy?" So I pick it up. I put it on speakerphone. And she found out at that point in time, Mr. Take That was in the city. It was asking if I wanted to go to one of the strip clubs. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Not tonight. I got shits to do. I'm already in bed, motherfucker. So, when it comes to the music industry, the moment I got signed, I'm a master networker. So I got to meet everybody, and I made sure I was in a lot of different rooms all the time. Mm-hmm. But that's also the number one reason I got out of the music industry, because when you're in those rooms, you see and you hear, and you realize that shit ain't happening to me. I'm not going for that. Yeah. I'm not playing by those rules. I'm not doing that. More power to the ones that have. But Mr. Bailey is not that nigga.
Good for you.
Okay. We hit on this a little bit in our last conversation. Modern day dating. We're gonna act like we're in elementary school. From A to F, what would you give dating?
Oof. I don't know. I don't know too much. I'm a little bit newer to the scene. But probably like a C from what I'm seeing. I'm not out in the field, but just yeah. Not an A or a B, I will say that.
Okay, now behind your letter grade, you have to give a reason of why.
A C because I think just a lot of people are lost. um, and I think because the world that we live in, and there's so much opportunity out there, which is a great thing. But it's also created a weird atmosphere, and I think a lot of people these days can just be weird, and it is not so simple for people. It's not so black and white. People want to take it into the gray and like all this other shit. Um, and I think it's just harder and harder to find people who are in tune and who understand what really is important while we're here on Earth. So that's probably why I would rate it a C.
Okay. How long is your longest relationship?
7 years was
Well-
my very first relationship. When I was 14, dated all through high school and through college. We had ended things. I was probably single for about 3 years and then got into a 2-year relationship. That ended. Was probably single for about 3 years and then was in a 5-year relationship. That was my last one. So I'm very long term.
I can relate to that. My first relationship was 7 years, 12 to 19. My second relationship was 6 years. We actually got engaged. So that was like 19 going on 20 to 26. My third relationship was 4 years, which is my older kid's mom. I always said the woman that I had kids would be the woman that I marry. I tried to make that shit happen as much as I possibly could. Fortunately, I was the only one.
It'd be like that.
I moved here to Arizona. I stayed single for some years. Moved here to Arizona. Started dating again. And it was cool. I have nothing bad to say. And then I met someone, and we were together for 9 years. And then I put that to rest a little bit ago. A lot of people don't even know I was even in a relationship. But I'm not one of those people that has to post everything on the internet. Yeah. And neither was she. But again, we're older, so we don't run around. Oh, this is our life. This is what we do. Right? Now I'm back here in the single world. And dating, I talk to people. I fill them out. I can't say that it's good or that it's bad because I haven't like really applied myself. Do I want to? Some days, yes. Other days, no. See, I'm in a weird position in life right now where I have a lot going on business-wise for myself. And I have kids. One about to graduate high school. Another one going to be right behind him. And then a 10-year-old. But there's a lot in me that wants to start over. I love being a father. But I'm not going to be a baby daddy. And even like with the mother of my children, I don't call her, and I don't allow other people to call her my baby mama. She's the mother to my children. I think that baby mama and baby daddy terms are just fucking disrespectful. Yeah. Because you downplay the position of who that person actually is. I've always said that I want a wife or wives. It just depends because, and I've made this very clear. I've been in monogamous relationships and I've been in polygamous relationships where it's me and multiple women. Mm-hmm. And I take care of the women that I'm with, like 100%. And everybody knows about everything, so there's no secrets, there's no hiding, there's no bullshit. I've been very, very transparent with whoever I'm dating. At 45, in order to have children, clearly I have to date younger. That within itself is a lot of younger women try to fuck with me. Hold on real quick. Fucking DoorDash. Hello?
Hey, I'm here at the front by the screen door.
Screen door?
Yeah, are you the
Oh.
It's 1009.
Yep, I know exactly where you're at. You should not be at that address. I'm gonna give you a fat tip for coming to my actual home address. I just sent it to you in the text. All right. Thank you. Fuck. Delivering shit to my car dealership. It was not even open. All right. So, dating younger women hit on me, but a lot of the younger chicks that do hit on me aren't the ones that I'm interested in. Because for the most part, yeah, they don't want a man, they want a zaddy. I'm not sugar daddy. That ain't me. That has never been me. I'm not the guy that's paying for a cookie. I'm not the guy paying for attention. You have to have moral compass, standards, understand what discipline is, and know that what we're doing is to build something bigger, greater. Like, you have to understand that when we have kids, they're basically going on the Bailey's version of the Gerber Life Grow Up plan. Like, we're putting money into trust for our kids. I'm not gonna say which situation, but it's been multiple. The fact that I've vet very well. So let's say you're my girl, right? You obviously have a job. You have a career. Okay? You pay all your bills right now?
Yes.
All right. So imagine we're finna get rid of that. Let's go. I got you. Okay? And you're with me for the next 7 years. And the first time that I'm even a little down and I need you, you go, I'm broke.
Oh.
Where's the money at? What did you spend your money on? These last 7 years, you had nothing to pay for. Your primary job is to make sure like we're good. Because here's the thing. We go on vacation, I'm paying for it. We go on little road trips, I'm paying for it. We go out to eat, I'm paying for it. Like, I pay for everything. I would say 95% of the time, everything is taken care of. The one time I come, she's like, babe, hey, we need to do this. This is what I got to do. I'm short this. You got me? No, I don't. I don't got you. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking at you a little differently. Especially since we have a lot of conversations about money. We have a lot of conversations about your 401k and how you can grow it easily. We have conversations about S&B and how to invest in it and how to money market account and, I don't know, create your own trust and life insurance. All these different things that create wealth for other people. And you see that my black ass does it myself. All right? But you take no initiative to do any of that. That's where, unfortunately, I have to look at you a little different. And I've said this to so many women, especially when we like, a first date with me isn't your typical date. But we're gonna go over that too. On your first date, what do you think are conversation pieces that people should really be talking about? Do you think it should be favorite color? What are the things that you enjoy doing? Or would you prefer to go on a first date where the guy was asking you personal questions like, how are you with your family? What is your future with kids? How do you invest your money? What's your current credit score? Which one of those dates would you actually prefer to be on?
Oh yeah, real conversation for sure.
Why?
One, I don't want to waste anyone's time. So we wouldn't even get to that date if the conversation wasn't somewhat like that to begin with. Um, and I think too, like, those are super important things. So if that's not an easy answer for you, if I'm asking you one of those questions and it's not an easy answer, or you don't know, or maybe like you're not aware of what your answer is yet, that's okay. That's your journey. But I need to meet someone who's at that level, or at least someone I can learn from. And that would be what I look for in a partnership, like someone I can constantly learn from, someone who can learn from me, and we're building together. So to have that conversation immediately, that would be really telling for me, and I would prefer it because I'm not gonna stick around for silliness. I don't need to entertain people to get dick. That's not that important to me. So yeah, I don't see why people don't. I think it would be silly not to.
I mean, a lot of ladies don't like to have those conversations on the first date.
I mean, a lot of people don't like to be humbled, but I think if you're self-aware, and there's something that makes you uncomfortable, that's okay to communicate. Like, if someone were to ask me my credit score and I was at a place that might be embarrassing for me, if I fuck with you, I'm just gonna be straight up like, my credit score is shit. It's not, but my credit score is shit. But this is what I'm doing to make it better. And like, where are you at? How did you get to where you're at? Like, those are conversations that I find extremely attractive. Um, yeah, and I feel like, why waste your time? Why be embarrassed by it too? Like, if you're aware of shit, if you have knowledge, that's the only way you get better. But if you're gonna sit up there and be insecure or whatever, I don't know why you sat down with that man in the first place. Because there's probably a lot that you could see on social medias or through even surface level conversation that will tell you a lot about where somebody is probably at in their life, mentally, financially, emotionally, with their family, things like that. Like, I wouldn't, if someone wasn't close with their family, that would be dead to me right away.
Okay. That's a good answer. That's a bit beyond a good answer. All right. In a new relationship, what's more important to you? The experience or creating the experience? When I say the experience, okay, so like for instance, the other night, me and my brother and the homies and stuff, we went to Etta for dinner. I've had quite a few chicks jump in my, I would have loved to. That would have been a great experience. Like, yeah, see, that's why. No, like, no, no. I don't need you to have an experience just for the sake of having the experience.
Right.
You're the total opposite of what I would actually fuck with. Thank you for letting me know where you truly stand at, right?
Right.
As opposed to, okay, maybe the experience as in an Etta, Ruth Chris, or the experience of you just spent 3 hours at Tempe Town Lake having the deepest, most intuitive conversation with somebody that you could actually see yourself having a future with. Which one would you choose?
The deep conversation for sure.
So you gonna sit outside in 96-degree weather, sweating your ass off?
100%.
Okay, just checking. She said a C. She gave it a C. don't know what dating. I see a lot of so that's one of the things that I had a show called Boys Club was Friday nights. No. Wednesday was ladies night, Thursday was boys club. And I had a list of questions and I would ask both men and women the exact same questions to see why we aren't coming together.
That sounds intriguing.
I think I might actually bring that one back. You got some girlfriends?
I do.
You got some girlfriends that wouldn't be afraid to come get on a podcast?
Oh, they absolutely would. Yeah.
I might have you on a girls' night.
Yeah.
Ladies' night. Okay. What are the other topics that I was throwing at you? Because this is it's good conversation. What questions do you have?
I would say, you know, a lot of people talk trash about AZ and you know, the dating pool out here and things like that. And like, would you ever go, like, have you ever been on a social media platform to find someone, like something like Hinge, or like, do you entertain those type of things?
Yeah. It was me who got my best friend on POF who met his girlfriend who I've been here for 15 years. So they've been together for 15 years. Wow. They now have a kid together. He met her within 2 weeks.
Damn.
Let's see. Let's check my phone right now. Bumble, Hinge, OkCupid, POF, Stir, Tinder. I most recently did a podcast where, because a lot of times I just sit here and just stream it late at night on like Twitch or whatever, right? And for instance, if I go to Stir right now, like you're seeing I'm doing this in real time, right? Okay. So I look at things like April. Kids, yes. How many? 4+ kids. But at least
what she has or what she wants?
It's what she has.
Okay.
But she's actually divorced, right? This one here, 21, 1 kid. Guess what? Never married. Okay. Mel here, 2 kids. Okay. Actually divorced. I did this one night for 30 minutes. The percentage is like 90+% of them have never been married. So like this one, 4+ kids, but divorced. And these aren't all just in Phoenix either. This is like I do like everywhere. Okay. So this one kid, never married. Okay. I do real life statistical data. I will sit here. Obviously, my laptop sits there, and I'm typing things in. I pull up an Excel sheet. I create my own data just to see. Yesterday on Facebook, okay. Oh yeah, I was actually planning on using this for the show tonight too. Okay. So I said, let's talk about it. Facts and reality. This is the average earnings of men and women in the U.S. Ladies, when you make $80,000 to $100,000 a year and say you need a man to match what you have or more, your dating pool just super shrink. When a man makes $80,000 to $100,000 a year, his dating pool just opens all the way up. Let it sink in. Then, median American salary by age and sex. So, 20 to 24, a woman makes $25,116. A man makes $27,040. Now, we're going to take that's college age, right? When you think of a broke-ass college student, you think of a guy or a girl?
Both.
Okay. Most people say it's the guy. Why would I fuck with him? He's a broke-ass nigga. He's a college student. He's fucking broke. but he actually makes more money than the woman. Okay? 25 to 34. Women, 35,620. Men, 40,560. So you're at almost $5,000 difference. Okay? But it's when you get to 35 to 44 that it significantly changes. Women, 40,768. Men, 49,972. Okay? Now, from that age moving forward, the men rise by at least 10% each year until 65. Women stay stagnant until they get to 65, where it significantly drops. Right? This is for the average man and woman. This is the average. So, if these are numbers for the average people, and you happen to be someone that is above average, and you, as a woman, tell yourself that you need a man to match what you have or more, the question in that is, what do you have for him to match?
Are we speaking hypothetically or like?
Yeah, no, hypothetical. No, I'm not. I never make it like personally about somebody.
I think as a woman, like peace of mind for sure. I mean, I personally could fuck with someone who doesn't match what I have financially. Like that is not something that's important to me. But for people that is important to, I think, yeah, providing peace in that space for your man is a lot of what you should be bringing to the table.
Okay. Now, I'm glad that you said that, right? In dating as we see it today in videos and TikToks and Instagrams, right? Are those things that the opposite sex do we think that are actually preaching, or are they just preaching about their accolades and how much money they make, etc.?
Yeah, I think it's both for sure.
Okay. Now, as a man, if he's making money, what do you think he is bringing to that relationship?
Stability, probably reassurance, but I think more so, I know the men in my life, for example, my brothers, like it's important to be a provider. So I think just that aspect.
Okay. Okay. So I'm glad that you pointed that out. Now, this has been my message for a long time to women. Stop living off of your accolades. Stop preaching about you making money. Do you want to be the breadwinner in your relationship?
Do I? I mean, I hope we both are. I would say yes, but I mean.
True, but at some point in time, do you plan on having kids?
1,000%, yes.
Okay, so if you plan on having kids, 1,000%, right? Can you be the breadwinner knowing you're going to get pregnant and have to have kids?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're going to get pregnant and have children as a breadwinner, would the relationship make it?
It might be a little bit harder, but yeah, I think so if both people want it to happen.
No, it's not. Here's the thing. Okay, so let's play. We're gonna play two games hypothetical. Okay? Hypothetical game. You're my woman. I'm your man. I pay 95% of the bills. You pay for groceries. Okay? You get pregnant. Does the family suffer?
No.
Okay. Scenario number 2. Same thing. I'm your man. You're my woman. You pay 50% of the bills. I pay 50% of the bills. Right? I lose your income because I got you pregnant. Does the family suffer?
It would, yes.
Okay, that's the difference. Now, in a relationship, who is known to be the provider?
Man.
Or who's supposed to be the provider?
The man of the house.
All right. Now, because he's the provider, isn't that what dictates and what makes him the actual man?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
Then what the hell would make him the actual man?
I think just how you treat your lady and your family. Like it's not.
No, fuck that bullshit.
I mean, we live in a world where you have to have like you had just that's the world we live in. You have to have money to survive, and
You do.
everybody wants to live a certain type of lifestyle that they want to live. I get that 100%, but I've been in situations where I've been in that lifestyle and there has been no presence there, and we could have everything in the world, but if that's shit that's important to me that you're not bringing, I could give a fuck how much money you have.
Okay. So it's not about the fact that you're giving a fuck about the money he makes. It's about the fact that you give a fuck about, does he make enough money to make this family work?
Yeah, but I think that's unfair to put onto a man. Like, I don't, and I'm speaking for myself. I know everybody is different, but that to me would be unfair.
Okay. So, I'm going to speak super hypothetical on this shit. Okay. Are you going to date a broke nigga? Yes or no?
I would.
Why?
Why not?
What would he offer you?
Peace.
How? You're the breadwinner. As the breadwinner, that means you have to go out every day and fight the world to take care of your home.
Yeah, but I think if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a woman and we meet each other, I think we're gonna make each other better. I'm gonna elevate you and I'm gonna get you
Pause.
to where. Okay.
So you're doing everything that you need to do as a woman, but he already ain't doing what he needs to do as a man.
And some people haven't got that awareness, and I think that's a lot of like why I struggle to find people, because and what happened in kind of like my last relationship, it was like I just tend to lead people to their higher self, and then they take off from there. But
You're not meant to be with everyone, and
No.
that's just it. See, you might be. Don't take it personal, but I do mean this kind of person. You might be one of those Build-A-Bear kind of girls.
I'm a lover girl.
You can't build a bear, because you know what happens when you build a bear? You then have nothing else to build, right? If you're building him up, what happens when he's built?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm building him up. I would say I'm letting him see himself. He might not be able to see that.
Shouldn't a man see himself before he's ever with you?
Probably, hopefully, but like if not, and it's a big part of my problem too, which is I'm extremely understanding, and
This
it's
is
a double-edged sword.
This is why, as women, y'all don't need to be choosing y'all's own men, because y'all choose the most worst fucked up shit ever. Okay? There's one particular chick that I know, if she just shut the fuck up and got her out of her own way, she would be perfect.
There's a lot of people like that.
But you know what she refuses to do? And the thing about it is, when I do have conversations with her, her only response back to everything is, I'm not where I need to be at yet. That's not your job. And everything, it's all financial. It's all financial. Nothing else. It's all financial. You're having a conversation that basically this is some shit that I should be saying. This isn't what you're supposed to be saying. That's not what you say. And what's going to happen is you're going to get where you need to be. You're going to start dating. You're going to end up meeting this fucking dumbass, jackass fucking dude that ain't fucking shit. That's going to tear you all the way the fuck back down to where you're not happy. You're not where you need to be at. And then you got to start all over again. And the crazy part about it is, like, you're not young, baby girl. You're not young. You're wasting time over and over and over and over again. And you look up and then all of a sudden, I mean, she already has kids, but lo and behold, she don't have no motherfucking kids. Like, you're never going to have kids now. You can't. And now you may want to have kids and you're blaming whoever it is, and you're like, this motherfucker wasted my time and he did this and he did that, da 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 da. And no, that's not gonna be, it's really not gonna be the case.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Like I said, I think I'm just like a lover girl. I believe in that. And I think everyone's on their own journey. People tend to be able to be in a place to self-reflect when they're a little bit further in life, and sometimes it happens sooner for people, sometimes it doesn't. But like, I wouldn't knock nobody if they were quote unquote broke, if they were trying to do some shit with, if they were still trying to do some shit with their life. Like, I'm not about to knock them for maybe just not being taught good habits, like a lot of us weren't. But if you're aware of that and you're trying to do something about it, like, I'm not about to knock you for
All right, we're gonna take a 2-minute pause real quick. I got some groceries being delivered. Hold on. All right. Where was I at? Okay. So, as a man, here, you know the conversation, the table conversation? This is my outlook on this. As a man, you always provide the table. Woman, as a woman, you should never say you're bringing anything to the table but the plates. See, it is my job to create this table for you to feed us. Not only do I have to create this table, but I also have to give you the groceries that go on the table. And then in the world of, let's say, war room, right, where it's nothing but men, do those men make that table? And there's always a general at that table that makes sure that everybody else is good. And that's where the table conversation gets lost and fucked up. Because unfortunately, a lot of women want to bring shit to the table that is actually what I'm supposed to bring to the table. So if you're bringing shit to the table, why do I need to bring anything? And I think that's where the downfall of dating and relationships are fucked up right now, is because women want to be the men they want, and men want whatever the fuck they can get. What is your thoughts on that?
I think a lot of people are just learning their own power. So, like, I can completely see how women want to maybe not be dependent on someone and be be able to bring something to the table, or that like not be an issue, or something that like the man doesn't like, you don't have to worry about taking care of me, like we're gonna take care of each other. So I see that, but I do also see like, yeah, I think there's a certain approach that I could see women going about that comes off in a negative way. And then for men too, like, yeah, I really don't know what men want nowadays. Because
That's a bigger problem.
yeah, I have no idea what they want.
No,
Everybody's
see, here's the thing. As a man, we're super simple. You know, sex, food, and silence. That's never going to change. You know, the saying used to be the fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach. The fastest way to put a man to sleep is to drain his balls. Who says that now? No one. No one's saying that. If you make $80,000 as a woman and you say that you need a man that brings that or more to the table, you can never sit here and say that you don't need a man or you won't allow a man or any of this shit. Because you, as an independent woman that says, I make $80,000 a year, but I need a man that's going to come to the table when I got her match me, now you just sound stupid. If you're creating something where you can take care of yourself, well, then why does anybody else need to come in and because you're still, whether you make $20,000, $40,000, $60,000, $80,000, the fact that you're sitting here saying that you want somebody else to take care of you, please make that make sense. That's like saying, oh, I want a man that leads me. And then here you got a good ass man that leads you. And then every time he says to do something, you ask why. I want a man that leads me. All right, babe, this is what we're going to do. But why? Like, does that make sense?
It does make sense. Yeah.
Like you can't put yourself in the same playing field as a man and then be like, but I don't want to play the same way you guys play. Like, yeah, I know I make $80,000, motherfucker. You make $50,000. You need to make 30 plus more to fuck with me. As if like his happiness is that's the same thing. The height thing, which I understand. It's genetics. It's genetics. Okay? You're 5'2". He's 5'5". He's taller than you. He's stronger than you. He's bigger than you. But no, I need him to be 6 foot. Why?
That I don't understand. I love a short king. It wouldn't matter how tall someone was for me.
Again, you seem to be a whole rare anomaly. That's we got to put you over here. Somebody protect this motherfucker.
Yeah, I think that's silly to me. Like, if he doesn't care, I don't know why I would care.
Here's the thing, and as men, we don't. I'm 5'10". I done dated a chick that was 6'2". And I didn't bat a motherfucking eye. And people were looking at us like we was like crazy. But I'm like, you probably looked the same thing to me when I was with my last girlfriend. She was 4'11". I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
She looked young as shit too. It's the same fucking look. The difference is when I get home at night, we good. We good. I don't give a fuck how you look at me. That's a nigga with a white girl. It's crazy look. That's a nigga with a Mexican. Crazy look. That's a nigga with a tall chick. Crazy look. That's a nigga with a short chick. Crazy look. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. As long as I'm happy.
Yeah.
Babe, you happy? Yeah. Let's go. Laugh it off. Live life. Enjoy. Anything you want to talk about?
No, but I might dab into some social media platforms. I never took that. Still have yet to take that route for dating and things like that.
See, here's the thing about it. Okay, one, I'm just gonna be super honest with you. Okay,
Okay.
you are an attractive female.
Appreciate you.
You're going to get a lot of bullshit. I get bullshit from females, and females don't usually jump out there like that. Okay, so the fact that that happens lets me know I can only imagine what you're gonna go through. So you're going to get a lot of motherfuckers that are gonna say shit to you that you're supposed to. You're gonna get unwarranted dick pics. Okay. People are socially awkward. They have no idea how to interact with each other. They do a lot of shit on the internet only. I can sit here and tell you right now, yeah, all the apps that I'm on, yeah, I get a lot of messages, right? But the moment it's like, hey, what's your number? Let's actually have a conversation. Hey, let's actually meet. You know how many people don't refuse to? I can tell you for every 100 phone numbers I get, 2 people meet me.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a horrible closing ratio. I have better luck at the fucking going out. At the gas station. It don't matter. I have better... The better close rate happens out and about than it does on the apps as a man. Now, as a woman, again, as an attractive woman, you're going to get unwarranted attention, which is what turns a lot of you guys off. So, do it, but understand that there's the nature of the beast, okay? It's like, even here on the internet, I do podcasts. I do late night streaming. I do a lot of shit, right? So imagine I'm on at 3 o'clock in the morning and I got this fucking 13-year-old kid. It's like, I'm going to make you suck my balls and I'm going to fuck your mother.
Oh my God.
And I respond with, all right, little balls, go ahead and come on over here. My mom's already dead, so bring her back to life for me, please. People say whatever their fingers can type.
Yeah.
There's no fear factor. And I say this all the time. The things that people say on the internet, I know they would never say to my face. Even the out of shape me version today earlier at my car dealership. This morning, fucking police are always around. Okay. As soon as I walk up, he's like, "Yeah, I would hire him as my security. Yeah, he could be my security." I'm like, "You the police? Well, I need to be security for you." Like, that's the dude you don't want to meet in a dark alley. The things that you say over the internet, you would never say to my face. I will squash you. It's too totally, but you have people that are like that. They're keyboard warriors. They say whatever the fuck they want to. They do whatever they want to. They send crazy wild pics. They do whatever. That's the only thing you gotta be worried about.
Yeah. I don't think I am. I just said that. I'm not.
Outside of that, it's fun. I'm what you call a late night scroller, which is, that's what I know. I'm not seriously looking to find anybody off of an app. Cause it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep, and I'm like, let's see who's online.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a booty call, so it's definitely not that. And I don't know, anybody finna have no conversation at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just bored and I can't fall asleep, so I pick up my phone. And Facebook just isn't fun anymore. Everybody's just on there complaining.
Yeah.
Nonstop bitching and complaining. That's why. Yeah, me in a relationship is probably the best version of me. Yeah. Ladies, let me explain something to you. The best version of a man is an in-love man, okay? When a man is in love, we act differently. We have something to live for. It gives us purpose. See, as men, we understand what our purpose is, and our purpose as men is to take care of a woman and like be fathers, which is why I laugh when anytime anybody says anything about deadbeat dad, deadbeat, blah, blah, blah. Like, look at the fucking statistics. Like, men would actually be way more involved if women just got out of the way. I personally, me, Kevin Simmons Jr., the motherfucker y'all have called Kevin Samuels on so many different occasions, the person that y'all swear hates women, etc. Oh, I love being in love. I love taking care of a woman. Like the other night, I just wanted to go have steak and a fucking lobster, but I would prefer to have a beautiful woman sitting across from me. A man that is living life and he knows his purpose is going to live his purpose. And that is our primary purpose. And we understand that. We wish y'all motherfuckers would understand that. And understand what your purpose is. Your purpose is to fucking make us happy and give us fucking babies. And let's just be peaceful and fucking chill. Sit around and talk about Anunnaki for the next 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Watch some Billy Carlson. I'm surprised you said that. That's
my kind of night.
when you said Billy Carlson, I had to look at you a little different.
That's the GOAT.
You see when he went. We'll talk about that offline. He had a debate with a Christian dude. Fucking hilarious. It wasn't really a debate. That's the crazy part. So the fact that they tried to turn it into a debate or make it a debate or sway it like it was some sort of debate, to me was fucking nuts. So, where can I find you at?
Like social media wise?
Yeah.
Just Gianna Kioa, Kioa. There's only one. You just put that in. That's me.
On what platform?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's all I got.
See, I've started to delve into the world of Twitter. Like, we're on Twitter right now.
Twitter is so good. That's probably the one social media I've had throughout my whole life. So I didn't get an Instagram till I was out of college and came back to Arizona.
See, Twitter is somewhere between. So Twitter,
hilarious.
You have politics, you have sex, and you got everything else in the middle. It's like, this is what Donald Trump said, and then here's this chick just taking it out of nowhere, and it says follow. I'm like, what the fuck? How does this even end? Like, how do you put this in my feed? I don't watch porn. I don't pull up porn. Like, nothing like that is on my phone. So the fact that you have this in my algorithm is fucking off.
That's because it went from Twitter to X.
Either way, no, because even as Twitter, because I've had it for a long ass time, I never actually just got through and really just scrolled. And in the last year or two, I've been scrolling, and I see some of the wildest shit. I feel like I'm in Tijuana. And today on X. And the fights, the little high school kids, and then the fucking grown ass men, and then the fucking grown ass women.
They be fighting out here.
They really do be fighting for no fucking reason too. Like best friends fighting over nothing. Shit is wild. Yeah. Thank God. I'm glad I'm at the age I'm at now and that there was no internet when I was young, because I would have been all over. See, that's when the World Star, that was even after my time. That was after my time. Thank Lord Jesus, all the gods, that none of that was around when I was a fucking teenager and in college, high school and college and shit. Oh, man.
I'm thankful for it, too. It's a different world.
It's a way different world.
Yeah, my niece, she's 13, going into high school, and just like her outlook on boys, and she said the most toxic shit the other day. Like, some boy had been rude to her, like called her out in front of everyone, was basically like, oh, your opinion doesn't matter, like shut the fuck up, no one's listening to you right now. She has that interaction with this kid, and then later in the day, has a crush on him. And I'm just like, that's
hold on.
that is that generation.
Stop. No, hold on.
Toxic.
That's every generation. See, in my generation, when the girls liked you, they punched you in the shoulder. Like, the fuck was that for? I had a chick, her name was Casey, little light skinned chick. Pretty, honey, golden colored fucking eyes. She was sexy as shit. I was like fucking 10, 11 years old. She was sexy as shit. I still remember even to this day. 10-year-old me was fucking infatuated with her. Came down the fucking slash. She kicked me in the fucking balls. I wanted to fucking kill her. I like you. How the fuck you like me when you try to take away the one thing that you should be wanting? Maybe not now. We was young. She was a virgin. I wasn't.
Oh my God.
That's a different story.
It is.
I've been. I was gonna say I've been in these streets, but it wasn't even in the streets. I started off on the side of my grandmother's house since I was 8.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got my ass. Story time. I got my ass whooped at 5 years old. Her name was Summer. She was my neighbor. She was my best friend. Summer lived right. So my apartment was this way, and the building was like an L shape like this. So my door was right here in the corner, and Summer's door was right there. So we went to school together and everything. So after school, we walk home, Century Elementary right there in Inglewood, right there off of Manchester, and 108. So we get home, and I was a very quiet kid. So I was listening to my parents and my aunts and uncles and the conversation shit they had. Yeah, I was on top of her ass. She was laying legs spread. We still had her pants on. I was. Her mama walked in.
Oh, man.
Ooh, you know, back in the 80s, that's where.
Get the hands.
Yes. You got an ass whooping by the neighbor's mama. And then she sends you home, which my mom was a neurophysiologist. No, my mom was still in medical school then, so she was going to school to become a neurophysiologist, EEG technician. My father was already in prison. He ever got busted for drugs. So, yeah. She sent my ass home with my big brother, and then we walked around the corner of my grandmother's house because she lived over. And I remember my mama came home. We had dinner. It was just one of those moments where you like, maybe she ain't see it. I saw her mama walk in. They went in the back room. She left. I was sitting there. My mama ain't say nothing to me. I looked at her. She looked at me. I looked at her. She looked at me. She went to the other room. I said, okay, I'm in the clear. Right?
She came back out with that belt.
Nigga. It was at that moment that I got my first ass whooping. That was the first time I got a taste of the belt.
That's crazy.
So you want to be humping on girls? That's all I heard. Then pop. It was amazing. It was amazing. For me, it was probably worth it. I'm gonna say it was worth it. It was worth it. Until I was 12, and then I found out real fast it wasn't fucking worth it. None of it was worth it. Oh my God. I was watching Emmanuel on Skinamax. That was the first time I put hand to meat. And that was the first time some shit spit. And it felt good as shit. I did that like 5 fucking times. I woke up the next day, that motherfucker was like a grapefruit. It hurt so damn bad. I could literally say from 8 to 12, all that hunching I called myself doing didn't mean shit. Now, I've reached the finish line. How old were you when you lost your virginity?
15.
You was being bad young.
But I will say that was with
Well,
my
you
boyfriend
said you
who
had
I
a
stayed with.
boyfriend.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm kind of glad too because if I didn't, it would have been a lot worse. But I'm thankful in that aspect. Like
Wait, what do you mean a lot worse?
if I wasn't a long term relationship person to start with, I probably would have been out here for sure.
Oh, somebody
For
got some
sure.
good dick. That dick was good.
It was the one and only. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think I've experienced anything bad. So, yay for me. But
Wish I could say the same thing. Good Lord.
But yeah, if I was in a relationship during high school and college, I would have been out here.
You been in them streets?
I would have been in the streets for sure.
See,
sure.
for me,
I had plenty opportunity. I'm way too loyal though.
I love being in a relation. So my 12 to 19-year relationship. Okay, so we had a child together. Our daughter passed away. She was 4 months old.
I'm sorry.
I want to say we were 15 when my girl came to me and she was like, I want to be with another girl. I'm like, okay, niggas, I'll go be with another girl. No, I want to do it with you. Why I gotta be involved in this? Like, I'm me, the way my thought process is, okay, she tested me. At this time, I boxed, I played football, I played varsity basketball. Football was my sport, boxing was my sport. This is when I was phasing basketball out because, I mean, I've been 5'10" since I was 12. Fucking 45 and still 5'10". I started to grow outwards instead of upwards. But I was always just a big, strong nigga, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, I see other chicks. They be talking. They chick named Najwa. He's so fine. Or that she came to my house to tell my mama that. I just wanted to come here and tell you your son is so fine. You made the most finest. Oh my God. You get your ass away from my fucking house. So when she told me what she told me, I thought she was, just, you know how y'all be. Y'all be trying to set niggas up.
What?
Let me tell him I want to be with another girl so he can say that. So I can be like, yeah, I know your ass was cheating. But no, she was serious. So from like then till when she got pregnant, I had 2 girlfriends. I moved out the house at like, 17 years old? 17? Had my own place, took care of my girl. I was working. Her girl lived with us too. So I was taking care of 2 girls. So I had 2 girlfriends. So the other girlfriend, like basically I was her boyfriend because she wasn't seeing no other motherfuckers. So I was king dingling. Everybody like, you got 2 chicks? The fuck? Yep. Come in the house. One is there. Handle business. Have fun. The other one comes home. Do it again. Sometimes come home. They on each other. Jump in. Like, it was amazing, especially when you're young. That's why, like, she's like, you don't really care about having threesomes. Threesomes? That was my lifestyle. What do you mean? Then, I remember getting to, like, the chick that I was actually engaged with. We were together for 6 years, right? And just having just one chick, and everybody's like, you cool with that? I'm like, why wouldn't I be? Here's the thing. Multiple women in like this lifestyle was something that my girl put me on when I was like younger. I've always been cool with one chick. But I'm also very honest too, because if there is another chick that I'm interested in, I'm the nigga that'll pick up the phone, come home, whatever, be like, I want to fuck this chick. But I'd rather do it with you. Like, let's have fun tonight. Like, you need an X pill, you want to get drunk, you want to go sober, let's do it. Whatever, let's have some fucking fun. She's either with her or she's not. If she's not, then I'm going to respect her because she's my woman. I love you. But if she's with it, nigga, we finna have some fucking fun. It's twofold. So it all just kind of depends, right? So that's where I'm at. And people are like, well, like you're a polygamist. I hate putting a term on it. I'm a biblical man. I think we all understand there's more women on this earth than men. So are you all going to be happy? No fucking way in hell. There's not enough men to go around. And then the fact that you take most of these motherfuckers who now want to be gay. Whoop. Numbers just got smaller. And then y'all like to go for a certain type of nigga. Oh, you make money? Yeah. You can take care of me? Yeah. Zaddy? No.
Zaddy.
But if you on some real shit, you understand that, and you go, then you know. But I do what I do for the for different purposes. If I do it, and if I don't, and it's just me and one chick, like, understand, I got a different type of sex drive. It goes from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. And I'm the type of nigga who wakes up in the middle of the night. When I wake up in the middle of the night, even though I may just be going to go piss because I'm an old-ass man, I wake up with morning wood, even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. That wood needs to be handled. I'm waking you up. Then I'm putting you back to sleep. Then we're good.
Love that.
What is your thoughts on the show?
I enjoy it. Good conversation. And I appreciate that it's like real and different perspectives, and there's a open floor to have that, and I think there needs to be more of that. So yeah, I always have a good time.
Welcome to No Cap Reacts. See, I also do it where see, I gotta ramp this back up again. Where when I see the numbers and shit, I see like 3 numbers, 4 numbers. When I see hundreds again or thousands, I have a phone line where people can call in and we can take questions and do shit like that. That's what makes this fun for me. Yeah. Because I get to hear other people's perspectives. They get to give their input on our conversation. That's the beauty of this shit. It's fun. It's engaging. It allows you to learn things, and you can find out you can find out things about other people. So, welcome to the show. Thank you for being a willing participant for Friday Night Live.
Appreciate you.
I was like, I'm gonna bring Freaky Friday back. I was like, nah, that once she see that flyer, it's probably gonna scare the shit out of her. Like, I don't even know. But you know the crazy part? You know the craziest part about this? I don't know if you checked. So I've been doing this for 7 years. I got like 600 shows. 90% of my guests are females. A lot of people don't know that. You know how many of these women I know? 0. Imagine going to a stranger's house, sit on a couch, and have just like the realest conversation you probably ever have in your entire life.
That sounds dope.
That's what I like. Real people, real conversations. That's all I care about. All right. You got any final thoughts you would like to give the people?
The lover girls are still alive out here. We do still exist. Don't let this world fool you.
You know, this is the thing. We know that you guys exist. The bad part about it is you deal with the wrong types. You deal with the wrong ones. I just checked somebody else again. It was on Facebook because this chick always want to post about all these different dudes and like if he did this, he did that. And I said, how many of these niggas in your friend zone? Well, I got a lot of male friends. That's where the nigga you talking about. But no, you're not going for that nigga. You going for this nigga that meets none of that criteria. None. meets none of that criteria, but you want him to become that nigga when you got super nigga right there. It's fucking crazy.
It is crazy. Crazy world.
Where can they find you at again?
Gianna Kioa, 2 N's, Kioa. There's only one. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow me on Twitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, we talked about a lot tonight, so let me just sum it up this way. Life is like a box of chocolates, though. In life, you're going to find out that a lot of things are very easy. You just got to pay attention. The things that you really want to do in life are really up to you and whether or not you're really going to apply yourself. The more you apply yourself, what you're going to realize is everything that you say you want, you can have. Lions, tigers, bears, elk, oh my, yeah, they running. Pay attention to Yosemite National Park. You never know what the fuck is going on. Don't be ready. Stay ready. If you happen to be in the ocean and you see something just happen to pop out, don't be afraid. They was here before us. They probably going to be here after us. They go by Anunnaki. At least that's what we've been told and called. And, you know, she said it first. Billy Carson, watch him. I highly recommend it. Absolutely amazing person that has gone through to actually know everything biblically and more. The stories he tells of how he got to where he's at in life and how he came to this awakening is absolutely crazy. Get to know him, you'll find out. Gotta love it. Love and relationships. Well, y'all already know where I stand. At the end of the day, that's probably the most easiest natural thing that we have going for us that we seem to complicate. Love is natural. You just have to choose better. You have to allow yourself to become vulnerable. I live by 0 rules because life didn't come with a handbook. Love didn't come with a handbook. But I have bylaws. I call it TRU. Trust, responsibility, understanding. Without trust, you have nothing. Responsibility. You have responsibilities. Your partner has responsibilities. When you come together, it's shared responsibilities. That's all you need. Understanding. You can't have understanding without communication. Communication rules the nation. Learn how to fucking open up and talk about who you are, where you are, your feelings, and stop being afraid to tell people who you are in a relationship and what you require of them. Because if they don't meet your needs, guess what? They're not meant for you. It's never going to work in the first fucking place. Ladies, stop going for fuck boys. I understand they look good, but that's it. They don't bring you shit else. Short, might be fat, little overweight, makes decent money. You're probably going to make you the happiest. And because of the way he looks, it's probably the one that ain't going to cheat on you. Just being honest, because you're going to be the best thing he ever fucking had. Fuck him, feed him, stop bitching. There's no point to be bitching in life. If you got to bitch that much, you have to look within yourself and figure out what the fuck would really make you unhappy. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. No Cap Reacts. I'm your man, Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go. Get him.
And I will. Oops, there we go. I will holler at y'all niggas later.